Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to KaitOkids versus Diamond Dogs. I apologize. We're going to be seeing Nortor. Hello, son. Good to see your return back into the competitive scene. Took a little break in season 4. I don't recall seeing him. No, he played for Roman. I'm talking shit. It was a pretty lackluster season from them all around, to be honest. But we do catch Philly Fry out here on the I believe
That's
this is
just
like
a
a really
tag.
shitty, yeah, Ormental. Yeah, that is a tag, and he's just gonna leave. No, you just commit. This is a good choice to commit. Sloppy Butcher coming in. I don't know how good. I think Sloppy's more, good against your more. Uh, I guess teams that are more altruistic, willing to body. Maybe even a bit more organized. I guess you could say is probably the right word, but. We are going to catch out Philly. He's actually playing this tile quite nicely. Nice body block from the is that the Lara, I believe, or the I can't actually see.
Gate of Gibbsy Jams, and the chase will be switching over to Gibbsy because of that hit take. He's stuck at 6. We'll have to play over towards the 7 side of the map. Has a few strong pallets around here to work with, which is lovely, and he doesn't get that swing. Ping was not in Nortor's favor, giving Gibbsy all of that distance. Look at that smash hit in the background as well. He's able to make it all the way back to this mid-9 filler, but has to play back down. Taking the distance around the rock, this is a lovely little filler you can play like this, making the pallet guaranteed. It's so safe, but with it dropped, it does get a bit scary. Nortor will have to win this pallet to get the down, but it looks like he's just done that jump. So that is the first down. No gen popping. We also have the tag onto Ranger. Sloppy getting the value, as we do see Super getting the reset. A little bit slower with Sloppy in the trial. And other than that, Joms, I think we should talk about the build a little bit more. It's pretty standard, all things considered. I think it is the most popular build for the Wraith on the map, but do you have any thoughts so far?
I mean, it's ping. Yeah, you have to face the risk of bodies if you don't bring Sloppy, and I understand that. But truth be told, good teams will always force reset through Sloppy regardless. I know it creates more time. I don't hate a pop in this situation, especially because it's a ping matchup. I would not have hated a pop. No Bam also either is a very notable thing to, add on. Not having Bam in an instance like this is not the craziest thing, don't get me wrong, but it is a bit, it is a bit of it could be a gamble depending on where Chases end up and how he, where he takes them. We are going to be seeing Gibbsy now running to the 11 side. That someone needs to change that man's name. That is against the rules. Penalize that man. Um, Kate Denson here, really holding chase at main. Nice, like juking to hold the space in between the window and the wraith. Not even gonna play around the pallet at all. Just gonna drop it. Probably the smart decision if you're a big Gib. We do have a filler here on the main side of the pallet. Do have Smash It at our disposal. Unable to get Smash It. Maybe needed to be a little bit more patient. Just gonna play the 50s now. If we somehow win this, that would be generational. Really, really, excuse me. So, really good transition there from Philly Fry to come in, take a body block. That's actually quite game saving. The problem is now they have to reset Philly again, or not again, but reset Philly. Spend time resetting again. You do have a gen popping for Gibbsy's second chase, which is quite lovely. Problem is you need to send Gibbsy to a place where he can actually last. And I believe maybe the 4 to 5 area of the map is where he feels he can be most value, I guess, in chase.
Yeah, definitely, Jones. I feel like it's not the strongest part of the map. Obviously, we know that 5 main is very strong, but we do see Super here having popped the gen at 2, taking another body block for Gibbsy. They just need to make this chase last as long as possible. That is their game plan, and they're trying to get Gibbsy back to main, I would assume, but he's greeted that pallet a bit too heavy. He's unable to make it back, so he's got to play this unfortunate fill out on the side of 2, walking straight through it. Nortor is bit of the Germany we see, but for that second down, we do see a third generator popping. All the survivors over on the 8 side of the map getting that reset in as quickly as possible onto Philly and Super. They are in a pretty good spot, all things considered. Now, obviously the body blocks there are being slowed down by the Sloppy Butcher, and we are able to find the reset, not able to get both off in time because of it. Beautiful perk decision, and the body block just not enough. Now, this is where things can get a little problematic. We obviously still have Gibbsy on hook. The save will be coming in shortly. Philly hooked here all the way at 8. Painriz does hit something that honestly surprises me. I didn't expect him to have any pressure left on the board, but we will have to go find Gibbsy again, who has been FTP'd, I want to point that out. FTP allowed on the tier 5s, meaning finding Gibbsy is going to be a very tall feat if we do want a tunnel out. But instead of that, we do have Super injured and broken somewhere on the map. We also now have this tag onto Ranga and Philly on hook, so the position is a little awkward. If you are to get this save quick, you really don't want it to be one of the injured survivors and force a trade on that pain res. But if it is Gibbsy and he's found out, a trade would be just as bad, forcing that 3v1. And instead of playing Chase Supersaurus out of resources, has opted to die in the corner. Philly still on hook, the unhook probably coming in right as I speak. Actually, yeah, they're running in now, so bit late, but definitely timely. It is Gibbsy though.
Yeah.
This is really problematic if we just decide we're going to get the tag onto Gibbsy. No, we're not. We're going to take the BT hit onto Philly, but I'm not sure Gibbsy will be able to make much else other than the Gallows pallet, which, to be fair, very strong resource to work around. We're going to have to try to get this pallet out of the way. Yes, we do, but for that break, we do make Shack. So, without Bam in hand, we can't really chase this, Johns. We can't force the pallet down as easily as we would like, and we've opted to go find Philly out of position. He did rotate towards 5. We get the body block on the pallet. We're not going to make the window. So, oh my god, yes we are. I am mistaken. I forgot how much ping was involved. That's Philly and Super both on the ground. Philly can get hooked right on that Gen 5, and we can go find any of our survivors still in the trial, right? Super has just been picked up, probably by Gibbsy yet again. Renger was sitting a Gen safe somewhere in the background. I'm not too sure where that is just now. It is main, and it will be popping. That will get us to the 4K1. Can't do much about that, but we do have another chase yet again. It is Super, still broken, unable to be reset, working around 5, having to play a Z-wall now 6. If the down comes in, we're going to be in another problematic spot. Philly gets unhooked in the background, but we're willing to let that happen. Takes this down, but no, we've just swung a bit too early. Jumps. Nortor is not going to be able to get that down.
Oh, Super, baby.
Super has just done enough to be able to give his team some momentum again, and he's continuing. I mean, this chase has been so beautiful that we've opted to leave it. We do find Philly injured still. Death Hook zoning him away from main. This is a good decision. Getting him to main would be so bad for Nortor, but he's at another strong resource. We have the tile at 2, and he's just a bit wary about these gens jumps. He's gonna go and check them. So the problem will be, as you can see, it is Super Source on the gen. If he's found out of position, to be fair, we're not even checking the gens. We've actually just gone back main. I think we're looking for a reset that has come in anyways. Actually, Super was getting reset all the way. Sorry, where is Super? How did he just get reset? Was that clean break? That might have been clean break, actually, not FTP. So, lovely stuff if that was the case. It was indeed clean break. Lovely bit of perk value there. Yeah. Beautiful. And once again, that just buys them so much space. We're leaving gens early. We're doing what we need to in this 4v14 stages. I don't know about you, Johns, but I think the play really right now will be to find Ranga and commit him. These gens will inevitably pop. We just need as many stages as possible.
Yeah, and Supersaurus looking like the key player for Diamond Hogs right now. I can't lie. They are playing immaculate right now, really. He is on fire. This Kate is on fire as well. We are going to see, unfortunately, what has gone on there. No way he just sends the volley. No way he makes it. Now we've dropped down on top of a Kate as well. What has gone on here? We have 6-9 for our OCE, you know, viewers that use OCE comms. This is more 10 actually, sorry, I apologize. We do catch out our little Claudette here. This is going to be a tag onto Super, the one who was just putting on a show, juicing. Eat your heart out, son. Do love good old Supersaurus. He is quite the juicer. Pretty sure he plays on the laptop too, so shout out to him. Fuck, that's beautiful. We are seeing 2 survivors here running at main. I actually can't see the name because the bitrate on the stream. I believe one of them is
Philly jumps.
Okay, yeah, I believe one of them is Philly. Yeah, the ace is Philly, and Ranga is the Renato. Okay, so Kate, I thought Philly was the Kate. I apologize.
Gibbsy.
That is Gibbsy, right? Okay. So Gibbsy's actually the one that's been tunneled out this whole game. I apologize. Okay, fair enough. So both Philly and Gibbsy, I guess, forcing our killer Nortor here to just leave and play suboptimally without a tunnel out. Obviously. Suboptimally meaning four survivors in a 3v. Sorry, 4 survivors with 3 gens left. 3 meaning, you know, one to pop for the survivors. Yeah, I mean, he just keeps gravitating towards main for a hit and a tag, but he gets this hit here, but then he'll leave and then they just reset main. So I don't know, it's not doing a lot for him. We probably need to see some. Maybe commit onto Gibbsy or Super, one of them, whoever's working one of the gens. But obviously, we're not going to see that come so easily, Little Chief.
No, definitely not, Jums. I think the position is really precarious because, look, I mean, there's still a fair few strong resources on the map. We can't really afford to leave our gens for too long because Nortor is still trying to hold these gens, and honestly, I don't know if that's the correct decision. I think when you get to a spot like this, you kind of just need to accept that it will be out eventually. Greeting that Shack Pallet is exactly that. So greedy. Gibsy is now stuck here taking the tag. The door will get broken. If the Shack Pallet gets forced, Gibsy will be playing a resource that can be very easily worked around on the side of the Wraith. We're not going to drop the pallet yet again. Instead, we have Super here to take a hit. Now, this is another thing I want to point out. We've been taking hits all game, and that's definitely why they're in the position they are now. But the more and more we do this, the less and less resources we have, the worse and worse the position for hit takes comes for the survivors, right? Because we're sacrificing a lot of gen pressure, and here, look, we've gone to one of our gens, and we've just given a free tag because of it. We don't have a strong pallet here, and that can be so easily blocked. Nortor will most definitely get a tag on this pallet. Tag on this pallet. My god. Tag on this pallet, and he has, which has allowed Rengar to make main. But I mean, this is the problem, right? Is we're now chasing main. Sure, it's a fresh hook, and this is what you need to be chasing because I think this is going to be outs one way or another. Get your fresh hooks, get your stages, just accept that the game will be coming to an end and it will not be a 4K. So, good stuff here. But I think we got too much time wasted protecting the gens to be switching to this playstyle. We could have gotten a few more stages if we just did this a fair bit earlier. But saying that, this is a pain res. Because of all the hit takes, I'm not too sure how much progress they do have. Supersaurus has clean break up yet again. He will be reset by himself eventually, so nothing to worry about there. Philly and Gibsy are both fully reset, but still death hooks. So if they are found in a bad spot and die relatively quickly in chase, it could spell problems. I guess the 4K now realistically isn't out of the picture, but it would require a major blunder from our survivors.
Yeah, I do apologize. I am watching through 5 FPS, about 3 megapixels screen share right now, so I am struggling to keep up a little bit, but it is all good. I will persevere along. We have cut my viewing experience for the brief moment. We've turned it back on. Thank you, Fissure. Okay, so we do have Ranger on the hook now. Beautiful. We do have a pull coming in from, I believe that is Supersaurus. Yes, it is. Might be on big Nortor's menu to just chase Supersaurus. Just commit him. Let the gens pop. You're going to run out of kicks eventually, son. Super's going to take a... If Super takes a body, just commit. Yeah, just commit, bro.
Yeah.
Just commit Super.
I 100% agree. This is what we should have been doing. I think we should have just taken the tag on that. We're leaving! We're so worried about this gen, but we can't be. You're running out of kicks. You have Eruption on it, sure, but you're chasing a healthy survivor. Sure, you have 2 inches, and they may play slow to get reset because the resources there. Oh, my word, but what a lovely body block. That's a tag for sure. But I mean, look, you have probably Gibsy sitting 9 this whole time, right? There's no way he's also just playing. No, he's here. Okay, fair enough. We're just both playing for 5. I guess we have forgotten that 9 is a generator that can be worked, and now we have 3 injured survivors who are being reset main. Look, Killer is also coming back here. We know where the reset is, but there's not much we're going to be able to do about it. Philly is also just here, and look, he's going to be dead relatively shortly. He doesn't have a lot to work with. He's not even going to make the pallet 11, so this is a death. Finally, the 3v1 will happen, and I mean, like, sure, Gibsy's on 5, and it may just pop, but like, we've taken, like, this was such a messy game. I really feel like there should have been way more capitalization from the side of Diamond Dogs. They could have popped these gens so long ago if they just stopped playing so altruistic. They didn't need to take as many hits as they did. You can rely on your survivors having a decent chase. At the end of the day, it's still Wraith. This killer isn't that strong. It's not Blight. He's not going to 2-tap you every single chase. You can afford to let people just have their chases. And because we played so altruistically and cared so much about these resets, resetting through sloppy, look at the progress we have. That gen's only 50%. I wouldn't be surprised if 9 is nothing. We see someone rotating for it now. We see 2 people rotating for it now, and they're gonna get caught out here. This will guaranteed be a tag. And look, Supersaurus, our fresh hook, now injured, chasing all the way towards main. But all the doors are broken, the pallets are gone, we don't have a lot to work with other than our windows, which granted are very strong, but if we do get it down here, this is another pain res and our fresh hook. We've given Nortor a 4K if he gets one. This was not... Oh, my word. I mean, he does make the pallet at 2 just, but this is such a bad pallet. We actually don't even make it. I'm mistaken. So this is a pain res and a hook so close to the gens. No one's here for a pallet save. You cannot afford to be. Gibbsy's going to have to leave this gen. It's not going to pop. 9 doesn't have enough progress for you to be worried about it. You hook this, it's going to hit 5. You can go to either gen now. You know what gens are going to be working. You find a survivor, get a quick chase. I mean, Gibbsy has just given himself away.
What is
entirely.
Gibbsy doing?
I don't know what the fuck we're doing there. Gibbsy, son, you are having a laugh if you think that was a good decision. I don't know why we've just decided to fast vault out of a locker and get given away by a loud noise notification. Like, this is a 4K. We have sold. What are we doing?
What? And now we don't. So the only reasonable explanation I could have thought, like, for Gibbsy doing that play would have been like, because maybe he was just confident he could hold chase and Ranga could sit on the gen at 9. But then we saw Ranga rotate in for the pull, so I don't know what the decision making was from either player there. We are going to choose to fake that window. Honestly, it would have just been better to vault it because you don't even make that. You're on ping. Yeah, I don't know. Shambles, bro. Shambles. This was... Supersaur has genuinely carried this to like maybe like a 3 or 4 stage after his chase with clean break proccing as well. And I think these boys have let him down here. This is upsetting.
This is so upsetting, Joms. I mean, look, it really goes to show there is a risk-reward factor to playing altruistically, although I agree, I think Sloppy is so strong because it's exactly what you should be doing against this killer, but I think this just goes to show you need to know when you can and when you can't. That hit is criminal, but you are right, he needs to be throwing that pallet because he's not getting hit. If he does, he has so much time to react. He's full swung through it and caught him on the last frame. That is disappointing. And in the 2v1, sure, Supersaurus is going to get reset by his clean break, but Ranga is still injured. The gens are not progressed enough. We were doubling that generator, and if we catch either of these survivors, it's just about game. We're not going to commit this for too long. We know that gen has progress, so being the healthy survivor, this will probably just be a tag and a leave, and it is a tag very, very quickly. And now we just go back to the gen, we catch out Ranga, and it's real problems. We already see him, Jams. We're going to kick the gen, get the eruption, and then we're just going to follow him to wherever he goes. We're not even going to kick it. We're out of kicks, I believe, so maybe it's not over yet. I guess we can just play a little territorial, try to catch someone out on a rotate. We are catching Super out. I mean, he's just... Oh, he's been so let down, right? Like, at this point, Ranga's given him a bad comm. I mean, not that you can really do anything, but you need to be a bit more aware of where the Wraith is in cloak. He's not realized he's not being followed. He's told Super to wrap the gen, and... I mean, he's just done that right into the embrace of Nortor, and... Oh, I mean... Ranga's also just given himself away, right? I don't know, man. Swing through that. You can just put him out of his misery. You know this is over. A 4K1 on the Wraith. You don't want to be seeing a result like this. It's so... Well, we've lost the 50, but that does sum up the game, Jumps. I know what you're about to say. Tells the whole story in itself, doesn't it?
I think Double D's here. They've definitely tried to meta game, and they've done well in the start. They took bodies. I'll give it to them. They played well in the early. I'm not sure where it went wrong. Super, just generational. Like I don't know. He faked the edge map 6, yeah. Made the little like water tower thinger, right? Probably needs to pull out a good result here because I bet Supersaurus is feeling a little bit upset after last match.
Yeah, I would agree. The result from Fryman Dogs is definitely not like what you wanted to see at all. We've already been through that, so I won't harp on about it anymore. But for Ranga, this is definitely the tag you want to be getting off the bat. A lovely first tag, potentially a quick first chase off of this because we only have 4 and 5 to work around, Jams. Although we do have this nice window which plays beautifully back up into the pallet and over towards Water Tower at 5. We have chosen the pallet at 4. Oh my word, actually, what the heck? I've never seen that spawn like that. We just have a full god pallet now. Oh, but we vaulted right back into Ranga, and that will be the down. WA assisting there, no less, as well as all the other ping holders. Someone's running in there, mate. Oh, and we've not gotten the pallet save. Now that would have been beautiful, but that is a relatively quick chase. Pallet save being missed. We now know where another survivor is. We're going to get to break the resources we dropped for that first chase. No gen having popped for that first chase either. To be not surprised, honestly. Wraith can go either way. Getting an early down isn't the most surprising. It is about what KaitOkids do from this position, because giving away another tag Aura down here could be very, very detrimental. But letting this guy sit, letting White sit on the hook, get your gen progress, not give away anything for free like we're seeing here, just taking our distance. We're going to get the kick though. That will be no eruption. I've just noticed, Jumps. No eruption on the build. We have opted for the Sloppy and the Bam. Ranga needing the extra safety net of Bam for his chases. Nortor not feeling like he needed it, and my god, did it prove he didn't. But, oh, we've just been caught out here, Jumps. This will be a free tag. So, two teacher basically putting them in a bit of a more rough position. That unhook will need to come in right away now. I would assume Naraz is right on top of it as we speak. I would hope he is. I don't want to see a trade coming in. The trade would be really bad, but we've actually called Ranga's bluff. We knew he would go back. We're just letting him sit, and now we're here for the trade anyways. This is a bit more problematic because if we don't get this real soon, we do not get it before he goes second, and we're going to be taking the tag right. Oh my god, he actually didn't. He hit White on hook.
Yeah, but he went seconds as well.
He did go second, but how did we not get, like, we didn't stick it. We got off it because he hit White on hook. He didn't hit Naraz. He didn't cancel the unhook. Naraz canceled it himself.
I think he cancelled it because he went second by that point. Oh my god!
No, but he's in the, oh my god, yeah, that's a beautiful stun, but if you're in the save animation, your timer pauses. Naraz canceled that himself.
Naraz threw them. No,
Naraz,
you actually are right. You are right. You are right.
Naraz, I mean, now we've had to FTP early. Nortor will be broken and injured. White's death hook already at 4 generators. I mean... And White's dead.
Yeah.
And White's dead.
So we just spoke about a little bit of a bizarre result in the endgame. It doesn't matter if Ranga's making a beautiful read like that. Did he just hear him jump in, or did he just guess it?
He saw scratch marks there, but I mean, why have we sprinted to a locker? Do you know what could have also possibly happened? We find just someone here, edge map, who's injured. Like, this is Nortor, he's on the ground already. I mean, fair enough. I mean, yeah, I don't really know what's just happened. That's the second generator popping. At least it's not a 4K4. It could be a 4K3, maybe a 4K2 from this point. I'm really worried. We've got so much regression, 3 stacks of pain res in hand still, not a lot of gen progress. We've had to play so protective of our tunnel out, and I mean, look, White, there's no other way to put it, has really sold with that decision. I don't know why he's hopped in that locker. What I was going to get to earlier was there was a chance that even his scratch marks and Nortor leaving had completely sold him out just by sprinting past those lockers personally. But I doubt it, right? I feel like White has just completely misread that situation and has put his team in a really bad spot. I mean, like, this is more than doable for Ranga now. Like, that whole chain of play, and we will get this tag as well onto Naraz yet again. Like, that whole chain of play is just... It's sold the game. This was an easy win con. You had to pop 5 generators against the Wraith, and we might not even be doing that.
I mean, Diamond Logs definitely look like they are better on the Wraith. I'll be brutally honest. I think their Survivor has been, you know, even though they got 4K1, this is obviously going to be a 4K as well. They definitely look better. It's hard to say a team looked good when they got 4K1, but they looked good in the early game of that Wraith set. They're, you know, old double Ds they looked alright. They just, you know, it fell apart in the end, which is a bit upsetting because, you know, they had a generational chase, which, you know, it was that will be one to talk about for a while. That was genuinely beautiful, just that sequence that Super was able to pull off into the clean break as well. But yeah, no, that was a really great read to find White in the locker. I'm not too sure how great of a player was from White, to be brutally honest. It probably looked like definitely looks like the wrong player now if you're White or a KaitOkids fan. But yeah, then I'm not too sure really where do you go from here. You need like a bit more I don't know, altruism now, and I mean altruism in a sense that you just need to sit gens freely. They are resetting though. We are gonna wait maybe for Nortor's broken, or that's you know what it is.
Well.
There it is, clean break coming through again. So we do have 3 healthy survivors in the 3v1. You need to pop 3 gens. No one is Deathhook. Nortor's not in chase, which is the one survivor you can't really have being chased, because then it puts the pressure on you. I mean, any chase Ranga takes right now is good. 2 pain reses, and then you can force Nortor, unless Nortor has like his second chase is just an absolute banging chase, you know, like last three whole gens. Like this is a good chase for any chase. Yeah, any chase is good for Roma to take here.
Yeah,
Any
I
chase at
mean,
all.
I don't know if you've actually noticed, John. I know you were talking about Two Teacher and Noroz both being pain res, but Nortor still is too. He hasn't been pain res yet. He was hooked all the way 6, not on a pain res hook, so he has all 3 pain reses still in the game for every single survivor. And I mean, yeah, this just means that any chase for Ranga is gonna be good. And I mean, look at the 2 gens we have here. We have 5 and 3, 3 on the height, and another survivor, that being Noroz here, getting tagged through the window. I mean, just running into each other, the panic kind of setting in, I guess. We have 2 injured survivors on the board now, but at least main will be popping. That will be Nortor sitting the gen. It will pop very, very shortly, but I mean, oh my word, look at this 3-gen jumps. I hadn't even noticed it, but you have that top mid-gen, you have 3, which is upstairs. You even have Gallows, which is kind of holdable from here because it's still bottom side of the map, and then 5 as well. The gens are pretty damn workable. No eruption to really hold them once you exhaust your pain reses, but this will be a pain res. Probably wasted because the gen progress is only at 5, and it's only like 5% and regressing. So this pain res will be hitting effectively nothing. It's a bit of a waste, you know, but I mean, still a very good spot for Ranga, you know. He needs to he needs to get he needs to kill the survivors now. That, oh my god, and speaking of killing the survivors, here's one to chase. He's just walked literally into the wraith. We're on the table, we're having a little dance, but that's a tag onto Noroz. Nortor is also in chase here. I think we're just flailing about. I feel like there's a lot of panic setting in. We get the unhook. This could be really problematic, right? We're going to take the BT hit most likely, I would assume. Just take it. We're not even going to take it. We managed to slip around. This is Nortor going to be giving a tag all the way down. Deep 6 has not a lot to work with. This drop pallet all the way. 6 still is going to get zone break towards 6. He has only 1 pallet here to work with now. If we break this in his face or nearly dumb teched him, that would have been hilarious to see, but not enough. We've just got Ranga once again getting another on hook, and we get to get to hook this all the way deep into our gens, and once again Hunter, and this is another pain res stack. But once again, no gen progress to be seen. A wasted pain res if it does hit anything. We are opting to reset.
Yeah, I mean you kind of need to in a situation like that, to be brutally honest. They're slacking. They're definitely slacking. Their Ranga's chases are very short with them. They need to make the chases a little bit longer if they're gonna, you know, like see this force go straight edge map because he just maybe catches them out, maybe due to bad comms. I guess is the reason you'd probably, yeah, you know, could pin that up to. I'd say. They are at 4K2. The Tycon is 4K1. I'm not too sure what the gens are in terms. We've got 3 up, Gallows. I mean, they're pretty okay gens. They're not the worst gens. Like, you can literally just leave the middle gen and separate and just split the other 3. Noroz has, sorry, not Noroz, Nortor has clean break as well. So if it gets off, they're still in an okay spot, all things considered. As long as 2 Teacher doesn't get found right now, or Nortor.
Jums, I want to point out that whoever was hooked over on this hook 9, I believe it was Nortor, their pain res wasn't used. They quite literally have no gen progress on the map. And I wouldn't assume they're working 3. This gen is really difficult to work because, as you can see, it is so unsafe. You drop that hole, you're getting tagged. You don't make the window if you don't pre-leave the gen. If you get caught out, it's a guaranteed tag. And if Nortor is found before a clean break is up, which I don't think will happen, it should pop any second now. It will just be the game over, and there you go. He is reset. Perfect, beautiful stuff. But we know 2 Teacher is 11. He is going to have to play for this unhook. You can't let it be a trade. If it's a trade, it's going to be problems. 2 Teacher cannot be found. Ranga needs to leave this hook for whatever reason, even though he knows how little gen progress they have. Because a trade or going second, either or, is so problematic. And you know what? Ranga's done exactly what I said he needed to not do. But he goes second anyways. Never mind, I am mistaken. I didn't think that was going to happen as quickly. The hook does come in the background. We know this gen has so little progress, but we also know as the spectators that this is Nortor. If he is found here, it would be super problematic. But all this grass to work with, the brown shirt Claude blends in beautifully. Actually not going to get found just because of that. Playing Fortnite with this bush. But, I mean, look, at this point, Jumps, 2 pain reses in hand, 2 survivors at death hook, one of them being injured. Actually, now no longer injured, they did get the reset off, but That does kind of tell us where our survivors are. Yeah, we see scratch marks as well. We know they are at main. We have Bam to block this window, and we're going to be able to play down to the other one. Not even playing for the survivor we see here. I think that might have been Two Teacher we spotted out, but we're just going to look for one of these Deathhook survivors. We can go back 5. We're going to know that Nortor is somewhere there. We actually see Two Teacher rotating for it. Never mind, it was Naroz at main. So now plan will be obviously get a quick down, get one of those pain reses because the Gen at 5, oh my word, WA, beautiful stuff. Hunter, if he was here, would love it. But, I mean, hey, I guess this is a better position for them to be in, right? Two Teacher will inevitably go down. I'm not too sure if there is a pain res very close by, but if there is, it will be securing a... He does make that, but will he win it for enough time for this gen to pop? That is the question, Jarms. The gen is being doubled. It's at about 75%. If he does hit the down now... Question, does he pick, does he slug? I think he might need to pick and get this pain res. I think they're going to pop if he doesn't, but I think they're going to pop anyways, Jarms. This gen is just going to pop. It's going to be the tie.
They've played really well in the 3v1 for what it's worth. Like, and they still are in the 3v1. Like, yeah, you're in an awkward spot. If they're able to stealth him one more time, him being Rungo, of course, and get a pull with someone sitting on a gen at a really advantageous time without it being a trade, like obviously like a forced trade, that would be really good for them because you'd have Nortor, I guess, would be sitting on maybe 3. We do catch good. That's a good read as well to find the potential stealth after they pop 5. Oh my god, I'm not sure what happened with Naroz there, but yeah, I mean, it would be in Rango. It'd be in his interest to chase this. We need to figure out what the best play is. I think, yeah, full committing to play. We do see Two Teacher get in the background. We do go down. That's going to be Naroz dead, so that's probably just going to be the tied set now. I'd say, truth be told, I think, honestly, yeah, I think Diamond Logs would be a little bit upset with that because they definitely played better on the Survivor, and I would say Ranga played probably better than Nortor, to be honest.
I agree. I mean, going back to what I said about White, I think he nearly single-handedly lost this game for KaitOkids. So the fact that Hyman Dogs have been able to get a tie. I mean, if you're going into this set, right, not knowing what was going to happen in the game, you'd be taking a tie. But if you are Rango right now, this tie might feel like a bit of a robbery. It definitely will be the 4K1. We have an injured Deathhook survivor here yet again. We know where Nortor is as well. We've just seen him. All the gens are 0%. So getting a bit cheeky there, trying to hit him through the window. Nortor is wrapping 3. And the chase isn't... Oh my word, the medium vault. That is so unfortunate. He's just been baited out by the cloak, expecting the cloak to come in, but not, and that will be the down. Fine, Nortor, we get the tie. I mean, what a weird match. The fact that we've seen two 4K1s on completely opposite sides of the spectrum from each other is really testimony to how this set... He's just spotted Nortor as well on the tile going up to 2. So this will be the final chase of the game. But yeah, testament that this game has been as close in results, but also couldn't be further away. It really is so telling of what Wraith can be, I guess. Like, this is a set that really can spiral out of control so quickly, or just be the killer getting slammed, honestly. The killer can just be put in such a bad spot at all times. That is a lovely fake as well from Ranga. Beautiful bit of mechanics to end the game, but only the tie. I'm sure you would be disappointed on either end.
I mean, it is hard. It is, yeah, it is pretty upsetting because you have no real way to really justify tying this set. That'll go for every team that ties this set. Whoever they tie with, you know, it's always going to feel like a loss. You know, you get nothing out of tying. I mean, in the long run, you get nothing, right? I mean, it solves nothing tying. You know, there's no winner determined. And, yeah, it's a kick in the balls. It is a kick in the balls. Best thing he could do is kind of rely on the fact that they do have... Is it Billy next, Little Chief? Billy Oni?
No, it's unknown. So it is a very good killer for Diamond Dogs. Obviously, that is Gibbsy's preferred killer, or at least one of them. And they do have Gibbsy on the roster, so I would assume that's going to go their way. But, I mean, at this point, right, I don't know. What was the tiebreaker? We said it was...
I've gone blank.
I've gone blank as well. Can we get one of our match staff officials to put it in the chat so we know what the tiebreaker is? We are getting it written. I'm seeing the typing. Someone is typing. We are typing. We are typing. I'm gonna know very shortly what that tiebreaker is. Oni, it's the Oni. There you go. It's the Oni on CT1. So another killer that Gibbsy is quite good at, but I wouldn't be too surprised if Ranga plays it. This team has a lot of good Oni players. They have like 3 or 4 players that can play Oni. So whoever steps up, I'm sure they'll be fine. I hope it's Gibbsy. The man is generational. But 2 sets that really are in the favor of Highland Cods. I wouldn't be too surprised if they are able to take the game still despite this tie. But it will come down to the mental game. And obviously, KaitOkids are no one to slouch at. Nortor is an incredible killer player. We talked about him being, honestly, a prodigy throughout Season 3 and 4. So there is always the chance that he can match those results.
4K5 Gospel.
4K5 Gospel, that did happen. That was a spectacle in itself, right? But it could, and Quinier, sorry, I should mention Quinier as well. I completely forgot that he is also an incredible killer player for their roster. But yeah, I mean, like, as much as I am expecting Diamond Dogs to be able to take this one.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our Diamond Dogs versus KaitOkids matchup. We just saw a double 4K1 on the Wraith. Pretty standard stuff. Well, standard if you're from OC, that is, unironically. But yeah, unfortunately, I was not able to break that meta that we saw happen in former in OC DBO. It was just spam 4K1s over and over on the Wraith on DDS. So yeah, regardless of that, tied 1-1, which means whoever loses this set, I mean, if there is a loser, cannot win, or cannot win. It means they can only play for a tie. So this set, this match here, this unknown set right here, is realistically more important than the next set for both teams, no matter how you look at it. You lose this one, you're playing for a tie, which, now that everyone is aware of that and everyone has that information, it is so demoralizing having to play only knowing you can play for a tie. It's not really something that, you know, you're going to go in and be like, all right, let's deploy, we can do this, we can get a tie, because you don't really care at that point. It is late, I don't blame them. So if there's a time to lock in for a set, it probably would be right now.
Yeah, it definitely would be, Johns, and you know, we do, unfortunately, for the side of KaitOkids, have Gibbsy on unknown. This man might be the best unknown in the region. I think he's, if not only second to the likes of JD, but it's mighty close. And indeed, fair enough. You know what? I'll take your word for that. I'm inclined to agree, but we do get our first UVX tag onto Naroz, but with the distance from 60, we'll be able to make main, and gives us this opportunity to play as protective of his gens as possible, getting a lovely little read onto 2 teachers. The Infect coming in shortly as well. That's a hit, and he could be getting a little bit tappy at Shaq, but we do break the pallet. We get rid of that resource right away. 2 teacher will just have to try to extend this chase as long as possible, but sniped, doesn't even make the pallet jumps. That's a pretty early down for the unknown, but a generator has popped. That's honestly unexpected, Jumps, I can't lie.
Unexpected in the regard of it being a longer chase than usual, or quite a short chase,
the gen popping. I didn't think that gen was going to pop for that chase at all.
I mean, the early game was a bit slow. You know, Gibbsy back and forth. He went up to like 5, didn't get anything, went back sort of like mid. Found 2 teacher, just full commute. Actually got a nice tag, you know, just on a really, really advantageous spot for him to do. Even if he made Shaq, it didn't really mean anything. 2 teacher also just wasted all his distance to Duke. That's a nice shot from Gibbsy onto Naroz there, just getting the TP back. FTP coming through. FTP proving to be one of the stronger perks during Division 2, especially on Unknown. Even though it was really a bunch of spam 4Ks most of the time. But yeah, I mean, we're going to see Gibbsy committing Nortor. Now, it's always a big debate, and especially for me, what is the play? Do you just leave the tunnel out? In this instance, it being 2T2, you just chase Nortor, who's the FTP'er. Yeah, I mean, Gibbsy's obviously opting to choose that. He gets I think he got a free pain raise out of it. That might not have been a pain raise hook. We are going to shoot and just bump off the Shaq there. Top doesn't get the donkey, but I mean, yeah, Gibbsy's unknown is very, very good. The chases should be genuinely short on the side of Kaito. We are unable to not unfortunately couldn't connect on that little dinky shot as well. We are going to try and short swing through it. We're just going to choose to turn from Roars. We've turned back here. And we are going to choose to continue to chase the Nortor Star. And that UVX tag rare, that little one when he vaults into Shack, even that is like such a big UVX hit. Like, this just makes this chase so much shorter. Sure, he'll get the UVX off in this one, but that forcing him to sort of make a big play is what we need. And no, he's not even going to get it off. That's just a good shot from Gibbsy. I'm not actually really too sure how we didn't get that off. Maybe Nortor didn't have Gibbsy in his full field of view in the center, so you're on where you need to be obviously looking at the unknown. Ideally from the center is the most lenient position. You can get it from others, of course, but straight on is the one that procs it most or every time. Either way, reverse kicking the pallet from the outer side, having a gander potentially for a potential survivor that could be stealthing up 11. I like this decision. I like this decision to have a look. Just a little peek. Didn't spend too much time. Just a little look-see. You never know where you can find. Unfortunately, for Gibbsy, the guy was already in the 12 tile, wasn't he? So that was just an unlucky read from the Gibber. But I do think he assumed someone around. He actually didn't see the shadow on the corner. I actually did notice the shadow from the spectator's screen share. No, he did actually notice the shadow. Well in, son. I thought he would have noticed that. Definitely did. Well in. Just obviously trying to bait in something here. We do get a 2-tap. This is... Oh, we do get it. So, really nicely played. I thought, because it was ping, the UVX hit, he had to, like, run in a couple of steps. I thought he wouldn't be able to, convert on that. I didn't actually know you could... I thought the cooldown was too short, so, I mean, the more you know.
Yeah, I did 2 jumps. I actually thought that was going to be a 2-tap on top of the hook, and I feel like Gibbsy might have thought the same, but that vault into Shack will mean that our tunnel out is dead at 3 gens, and our gen players will have to rotate. I don't know why we both rotated. I think 2 teacher was rotating for the save, the flashlight save, but I mean, you're just nowhere near it, son. Sticks that gen. I don't think it's going to pop, because this will be Nortor dead right next to it. We're going to send a UVX over there, not getting the tag, but we will go check the gen, disrupt it. It's only 50% as well, but in the background, we did see Noroz have to rotate to pick up Jake, who was on the ground. I believe it is white. Yes, it is indeed. Which means he had to get off his gen for a little bit as well. That gen is also around 50%. We could be seeing a double white. Oh, sorry. The 2 teacher was able to stealth out Gibbsy over on the 10 side of the map, and look at this gen at 2. It is whirring. I didn't realize they had this much progress. They're not even choosing to work it right now. We see Naraz and White over on 5. That gen has a fair bit of progress, and they are just around this gen both still. So it will be interesting to see how their rotation comes through, because Gibbsy knows that these gens are really high progress. I think he might have to forget about that gen at 10 to worry about these 2 instead, because losing all 3 would be problematic, and if a chase goes too long, it would be definitely in his best interest to go back for these gens jumps, and he's already chosen to.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to probably have a high 4K potential here. Now, we did see the 3v1 come through before, and Wraith is similar killer in terms of, strength. I'd say Unknown is definitely a lot stronger than Wraith, but chase potential, Wraith is not as, lenient. If you do make an error, Unknown is a bit... I mean, you can get 2-tapped on Unknown. To be fair, I don't know what I'm talking about. It is pretty late at this point. 7 gen? Is this 7 these days? This isn't 7. This is like 10 these days, isn't it? Oh, it's 2, is it? This is like 2 these days. Yeah, they flipped the map. Irritating. That is very irritating update. I'm not a big fan of the new wreckers. I'm not a big fan at all. We do see a gen pop in the background. But yeah, the old wreckers was definitely a lot more superior. Superior to me, and based off aesthetic. I definitely think this map is just stupid with how many pallets it's going at. So many safe tiles. Like, this map is like I said, this is generally the friendliest map, comp-friendly map. Yeah. This and Cold Tower 1. And that's why they're relatively clicked over and over. But we do catch out a survivor, a little chief. It's a fresh. It's Naroz. It's a good result from Gibbsy. Nice little dinky. I mean, Gibbsy with a projectile kills. And that was a fast vault as well. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, that was a beautiful bit of play from both players. Unfortunately, Gibbsy did have the TP in the towel, catching the rods out entirely. This will be another first and a pain res, which couldn't have come at a better time, Jumps. We do know that these gens at 2 and 5 were wearing away. They have lost a bit of regression due to the eruption procs on them both, and previously just having been kicked. I'm not too sure if they were rotated quickly to have stopped that regression, but we do see White on another gen in the background. I'm sure it would be 5. I don't see him working any other gen. 2 teachers all the, yeah, it is 5 indeed. 2 teachers over top mid right now, just trying to stealth out the killer, playing for the save eventually. But I mean, the position right now is very favorable for Gibbsy, right? We have the 2 most active gens with a hook right in the middle of them. We're not going to be able to get it for free. Actually, scratch that, we are, despite how close this TP was. We get the unhook, but we do get the UVX tag onto the rock. That linger just not doing him any favors, and a quick down here would be very, very troublesome, as we do see White having to leave his Gen 5, and that's just a tap.
Yeah, exactly right. A little bit of a two-tap team situation going on here, but yeah, this is just 4K2 range. You spoke about it. Gives you on the unknown. It's a story that needs to be told over and over. He might be the best unknown in the region. 4K1 genuinely is his average on the unknown. Anything less than that, I think he'd be lying. This guy, just for reference, 4K3 Drew Savage, Ritsuba, whichever one you want to call them at the time, I guess. It was that the team that won the granny last season, dominatingly tracking 4-2. Pretty good from them, honestly. Good series that finals, but they're going to catch 2 teacher out here. Nice little dinky shot on to my boy 2 teacher. Now we're gonna have to get jiggy here. This is gonna be awkward. Yeah, unfortunately, Gibbsy just sort of like we spoke about this the other day. Little Chief, it was like watching Fusion play killer. Like even when he misses, he sort of zones away from the pallet. It's all the same with Gibbsy here with these UVS, right? He puts you in a position where if you're gonna juke, you juke out and die anyway. And that's honestly the most optimal way to play these killers. Honestly, like these projectile, dash slop killers, I guess.
Yeah.
Dash slops, dash slop slash projectile.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's definitely a huge part of the skill ceiling of killers like this, and Gibbsy is obviously at that point, right? I mean, every UVX, even if it feels like it goes to waste, maybe misses, doesn't get the tag, it does something. It forces the survivor to position poorly, get that distance closed a little bit, even zone them away from a resource, like you said, and it's a skill in itself, right? It is a true skill to be able to play that efficiently at all times with all aspects of your kit. I mean, even his teleport use has been incredible. He's cutting off rotations, as you see, just like that, where he stopped White, I believe it is, being able to cross to the bottom side of the map. Getting a bit mind-gamey on this jungle gym. Still has the pallet to work with, though, so we do block the window, but we will be able to play to the pallet, avoiding the UVX tag just, but once again, delaying that resource from being dropped, buying him some time to be able to mind-game this, but I mean, getting a bit catchy here. We vaulted with quick and quiet. That's what's happened there. Okay, that was a bit of a mystery to me for a second there, but that will mean White escapes this chase, and we do see that gen. I believe it is the one at 5. Very, very high progress, and if Gibbsy isn't going to go check it right now and disrupt it, it will just be popping. But at this point, it's kind of the thing you need to let happen. We need to play for the 4K1. That gen will be gone any second now, so getting it down very quickly near these gens top, because might I add, these generators top are still very, very holdable with Shack 12 and 2. I didn't even realize how holdable they were until this moment, but the 4K1, despite the position we were just left in, 2 teacher, Deathhook, and injured, White in chase now, heading all the way down to the 6th side, will most likely be dying very shortly as we do get the UVX tag. Hold on. What? Sorry, yeah, everybody was UVX tagged there. We've found the reset, we've just run into it. I don't know what's going on here. That is Naroz dead on the ground. That is 2 teacher giving away a free tag as well. We've just guaranteed the 4K1. What? I don't know what's just happened, Joms. I can't. I think KaitOkids are just as tired as we are at this point, because that was actually shambolic.
Couple of questionable decisions in both sets from both teams in this match, I'd have to agree. I mean, all things considered though, well played to Ghibli. It will probably wrap up to be a 4K1. If they even 4K0 from this, they should be in first. we do see teacher reset. Is the
We
Jet
find
able
it
to?
as well.
Oh, we do find it as well. Yeah, and we don't get anything for it. I mean, we get a tag for it. I apologize. We do get something for it, but I don't know. You know, 4K 0 or 4K 1 even is going to be. Yeah, what Gibbsy has to offer for Wrecker's Yard in Season B, pretty consistent to what he had last season. Truth be told, though, Little Chief, I don't know how interlocked the bro will be. Obviously, I believe it will be is it 2 2s Nortor maybe. I don't know
Probably Nortor, I would assume, or Quinair, but I'm more leaning towards Nortor. I feel like this is something he would play. That's just a gut feeling. I don't really have anything to tell you why or why not, but wouldn't be too surprised to see him load up.
We actually haven't seen Quidney at all tonight. Yeah, not
Do you want
playing.
to check if he's in the VC? We should probably do that before we talk about him potentially playing. He is not there, so it will most likely be Nortor.
So there you go. I mean, obviously being back week 1 or so is a bit of a hectic schedule with Div 2 as well. So a lot of key players on a lot of different teams not even being able to participate in the first match. We are going for a little dinky shot. This should wrap up to like 4K0, like we said, Little Chief. Sorry, the 4K1. Sorry, like I said. We are still opting to reset. This is probably a little bit frustrating for Gibbsy because it's like getting the games are getting very very dragged out, and obviously the bro probably would be a little bit restless after tying the first one because they sort of had it in the bag. I think all of Diamond Logs would be upset, to be honest. Either way, truth be told, in this matchup, I do think Diamond Hogs have been the better team, Chief, to be completely honest.
I would agree. I do think they have definitely been better on the day. It's just, yeah, it will come down if Nortor is somehow managing to, what's the word? Better or tie this result, which I feel like is going to be unlikely. I feel like the survivors on the side of Diamond Dogs will probably be a bit more put together than what we have just seen. Obviously, like the 3 people at 6 all being UBX tagged at the same time, causing a guaranteed 4K1 was just like it was really bad. And I feel like it's been the story of what KaitOkids have been doing tonight. They're sort of scraping together these results. I don't think the survivor play has been all that incredible. Like getting caught out in the positions they have been. That's a lovely little tag from Gibbsy as well, might I add. Just delaying the roll enough to be able to swing around it, and if he gets this, that would be cinema, but not enough. Either way, White's dead, nothing to work with. Gonna die 6 edge. I don't think 2 Teacher's gonna pop a gen. We can go check what he's doing as we do see White dead on the ground. I'm sure the gen's not gonna pop, but oh, we've got a little bit of progress, but yeah, definitely not close enough to popping. 2 Teacher now needs to stealth for this unhook or just let the game go. I'd assume they're not gonna. You always want to try and play to your best, I guess they feel like there's the possibility, as much as us on the caster's desk really do feel like this game is a foregone conclusion, but, at this point, 2 Teacher's gonna do his best to get this unhook and potentially have White or himself last in chase so they could pop that final gen and get it down to a 4K0. But, oh my word, I think we've spotted him. I'm gonna guess we have, because that was no way just a random prediction shot. We have indeed. So this will be the final chase of the game. Gibbsy trying to get a bit snipey on this rock here. But with that being said, Jumps, do you have any other notes other than it's been another interesting and weird set from KaitOkids and Diamond Logs?
I mean, well played. That's all you can really say for this one. The survivors played a little bit underperforming. I think it was still a good result. Getting a 4K1 against Unknown is a great result. Against for any team, Gibbsy's probably, like I said that 3 or 4 times, probably the best Unknown. We do see the bloke send the gate now. He doesn't have wake up. He doesn't have anything to really help him. Wouldn't it be funny if Gibbsy lose the storm to the other gate there? We don't. Wait, where did? Oh no, he is here. I apologize. I thought he was in the other gate for a second. I didn't see him on here. We are not going to convert onto that.
Yeah, Gibbsy has sniped himself.
Yes, sniped himself. The unknown getting UBX there. No, well played. Well, really well played. We're going to need to see 4K0 on the side of DD. Oh no! I mean, we thought that they should have done the one before, but they low-key, yeah, both teams low-key sold, so I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to see.
Yeah, we will have to see indeed. It will be interesting to see if Notor is able to better this or tie it, like I mentioned earlier. Although, with the general strengths of Diamond Dogs as survivors, I feel like this may just be a very clean 6 to 7 stages as you would expect.
Bang! Welcome back to OSL. I am Little Jams, joined by the Big Chief. We just saw 4K1. Truth be told, if we see another 4K1 here, my heart might break. The truth is, the reality of this game, if Nortor doesn't 4K2, he's probably, I mean, not even probably, their team is only playing for a Tycon in this last or next set, because we are going to TB no matter what. So, yeah, I mean, we have to really switch on here. That tag not coming through is already a bad start. We do see Renato here down at the bus side. Blue cap, and oh, we do take a tag. We have to make Shaq. Hopefully we don't zone ourselves. We do see Renato running just deep 12. No point jigging that. Yeah, just take the tag and just run to death. Loco, I would also agree with that. We do have a deep 12 rock killer. Unlucky not to be able to jiggy that. That was quite actually a very short chase, to be honest with you, little chief. I don't know how I feel about, getting that. I don't know. We didn't really go Shaq. I mean, unless we're doubling Shaq. We do have Rawn, which is, I mean, pretty shit because, I mean, you're about to see why. There, of course, there it is gone. Yeah, we went doubling Shaq, so I'm not sure why Ranger didn't go Shaq off the first chase. Or we just got a bit far and went def location. Yeah, like I said, I don't hate it. It was a good decision.
Yeah, I agree, Jones. I do think it was a good decision if we were doubling that Shack like we did just see, but obviously, ideally, on a ping matchup, you do use that Shack to extend that first chase as long as possible, because now the situation we're in is a bit problematic, right? Oh, we weren't even doubling Shack, so I'm just baked. I don't know what I'm saying, but Ranger does get to use it in his second chase. He was also FTP'd, so the chase will be able to be extended as long as possible because of this, and lovely little breakaway there as we do predict the UVX to come in for the corner. We get it off as well, being able to play towards our strong filler 3 here, but we don't need the UVX tag, but that will also not be an M1. We've just timed that perfectly, being able to walk right back into the killer, denying that tag as the first generator of the trial does, in fact, pop. That was all the way over at 12, so I'm guessing now, yeah, Ranger will have all of topside to play around. This is lovely. Exactly where you need your chases to be on this map. This is where all of your strong resources are. We do eat the UVX, and because we got stuck there, this will also be an M1 coming in. Ranger, problems now could be getting tapped quite quickly, despite the fact he has a jungle gym to play around. I would be a little worried. And that is the eruption on 11 as well. We did just hear, I believe it was Super Sora scream. So, yes, it was indeed. That gen is mighty high progress, but will be interrupted shortly. Yet, we're having to leave that gen. We're going to have to rotate away because the hook will be directly on top of it, Jams.
I would have liked to see a bloke maybe potentially set up for a pallet save, maybe Comet. I think the pre-drop was a pretty average decision, to be completely honest. I think, yeah, probably could have died on that pallet for somebody. Send Philly Fry in there, send Supersaurus in there. Someone just needs to play pallet. Because the reality is, you do have good gen progress, but you only have one gen popped from that chase, of course, meaning so 2 gens in total. I'm not sure if there's a third. I'm pretty sure Supersaurus was on 5, which Ranger has indirectly died on. So again, going back to that pallet save, maybe would have been a bit of a better decision instead, playing chase. Nice shot onto Supersaurus, actually. I believe the guy on 11 here, sorry, apologies. I always forget the map is flipped. I believe that was, it had to have been Philly, because there's no way Supersaurus was the right way around. Or even could have been Gibbsy. I have no idea. Probably Gibbsy. We do see a pull onto Runga with the FTP. Gibbsy instantly FTPing, I believe. Maybe Gibbsy in a strength, maybe. Maybe that's what that was. I'm not too sure how we reset. Maybe just reset with another bloke. I'm not sure. But Yeah, we're just going to see probably Ranga play his last chase out here at 12. Does have good RNG. Not the best shot from Big Nortor there. I don't know. Definitely worth chasing if we can get a quick down.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, John. So being able to get Ranga out of this trial would be positioning him for the 4K one. It will really come down to Ranga's chase, but he is stuck on this Z-wall, does jiggy away, but will be eating the M1. UVX infected, still dropping the jungle early, buying himself a little bit more distance with that, but if he had sniped here, he's not. He does also get the UVX off. This is exactly what they need. Ranga's going to be able to last. May even see a body come in for him to extend this chase as long as possible. I'm not too sure where our other survivors are. We did just see another gen pop in the background, and Gibsy caught out of position entirely, cleansing TP directly on top of that. Will be a down and another pain res, but at least it means Ranga is able to get away with his life. Philly right here to reset him. Perfect stuff for him, but Gibsy on hook. This will be a pain res. Not too sure about our gens right now, Jumps. I do know we have that one at 9. I didn't get a good look. We have this one bot mid as well. Okay, and 3. So the gens are pretty split, right? We will be able to definitely pop one more if Ranga is able to stealth out Nortor. Things are looking pretty good, but it really does rely on this stealth, and I mean, it's just been found immediately, Joms.
Yeah, I mean, injured is pretty hard, but yeah, no, you are right. You need to make something happen there, and this is just going to be a 2-tap. I mean, that's going to set them back a little bit. That's, yeah, a little bit upsetting, I'll be honest. They did really well to get him out of the hood and save him, essentially, and Gibsy, honestly, call it a bait if you want. Even just, you know, diverting the tension is fine. The 2v1, I mean, sorry, I apologize. The 3v1 will come in at a place where the gen is at about 60 on the double. It's not the worst thing in the world. Now, if he gets tapped for any of his chases, or honestly, if anyone gets tapped for any of their chases, I do believe this is actually Gibsy. That's going to spell a bit of trouble because Super's gen is on fuck all right now. It is going up slowly. It's at about 30 right now, potentially 35. So it is, yeah, you do see it going up. I don't know. We do see Gibsy getting reset. Perfect decision making. You need
that
to
was the
find
clean
someone.
break.
Yeah, clean break.
Again,
Yeah,
love this one.
Clean break coming. Like, clean break is a really clutch perk. We do see. I believe this is Super on this gen, if I'm not mistaken. Or it could be Philly. We are seeing them get straight back on for the double. We do see, due to the HUD, that Super has commed. You need to get off the gen, lads. He is not missing me. Super gets his little bottom right back on the gen. We see 2 survivors down here. Now this really determines if we can get a quick down or not. And truth be told, I don't know if this is the man you would be chasing to get the down on Loki. I have to lose one more time and get a fade in Loki.
Do that indeed, John. So we've taken all the way down to 7. Yeah, that couldn't have been intentional. Gibsy's going to get away with his life. We have to go 9 now and check the gen. Philly has left, taken all that distance back to 11. This gen is wearing a will kick his butt. We did see Gibsy in the background rotating to get on 5, doubling with Super. I'm not too sure if that gen is going to pop. We can't see on the HUD currently, but they have opted to pre-leave, so it's just not close enough. If Super was to get tagged there, it could have been very problematic. We also know from the fast spot on Philly that he is immediately back on that gen. Nortor trying to get the infection, but overshooting just a little bit. Philly now opting to leave, I would assume. This also means that Super and Gibsy are back on that gen. They are, and because we've just committed this, we know we have to commit something. The gen is not going to pop, actually. We've just TP'd. The gen will be in the trial for another couple of seconds. We have to get the down onto somebody, right? We're chasing Super. He somehow gets the reversal on ping. I mean, that's incredible, right? But one of these gens is inevitably going to pop. We're not going to be able to protect both of these forever. This is a war of attrition. We are guaranteed to lose if we are Nortor. And I mean, look at that. Philly is about to pop. The gen is 99, gets off it to prevent the snipe. But shortly, you just commit it, son. You're going to pop in his face, and that is the win if you do. But doesn't matter. Look at this Super Source. It's done exactly that. That will be the 4K0 achieved. Gibsy getting adrenaline off as well immediately on this gate at 5. Philly, all he needs to do is not get cut off by that TP. My word, that's some heads up play from Nortor. If he can make it to the gate, this is all the stages out the door. It would be lovely stuff, but not that it matters. We do see Super coming in to protect the president now, but he is infected. It's going to be a bit problematic. The Cracker buying some time on the snipe. We do take the body block, preventing him from getting as close. blocking the snipe as well as we do see Nortor miss it. But I think that does mean unless we hit something crazy. Oh no, they're all not infected. They are just out the door. That is for stay.
And welcome back to our last set of the KaitOkids versus the Diamond Vlogs matchup. We are going to be seeing Oni on call 1. Truth be told, little chief, I don't know how this will go. Nortor's a good Oni. I think Gibbsy will be playing Oni for Diamond Dogs, like I said. Diamond Frogs, like we said. So, I don't know. What do you think goes on here? I think CT1 is probably a bit more comfortable for these Diamond Dogs lads. In saying that, though, it might not, you know, plan out right. Because it is on ping. Ping does add a bit of an element that is unpredictable. But you know, I mean, we're already going to be seeing the tag onto Ranger as well. We're like, I mean, this is just not a really great start. I mean, you need. I think
agree, Jones. I think that early tag was
like that you need to be at main. Sorry. You should be at main there. No questions asked. Main or Shack. No questions asked.
Yeah, I agree, Jones. That tag coming early is obviously really problematic. That was actually going to be my point entirely. I feel like this game will be entirely decided by its early game. Unfortunate that Ranger is the Smash Hit Survivor, one of the weaker exhaustions available to have in Chase, especially with the ping involved. I mean, it's going to feel really, really bad, especially if we do pop that power. But we're making a very heads-up play from Nortor. We don't need to commit that chase now that we do have power. Ranger's going to act as a little blood bank on the bottom side of the map for as long as he is injured. And we can go and get some eruption on our gens, which we do have. Interesting to see Brutal over BAM on the builds, but it's now down to our survivors on the top side of the map to not get found and not give anything away for free. Nortor with power in hand is very, very scary. A down in this lovely 4-gen top could spell early problems, but our survivors are doing good. You can see on the HUD there that Gibbsy has rotated probably from this Gen 1 all the way down to the bottom side to reset Ranger, so that will be stopping the bleeding. It will mean we will not have anywhere near as much power on the map as we would need for Nortor to be able to snowball this early, but beautiful stealthing so far. You know, the survivors have really met the tempo they needed to be at in this scenario, playing it very slow, despite the fact there is a fair bit of blood here. You know, we do assume Ranger is around. We might have just spotted him. We did indeed. We have Shack, no pallet to work around. Still a strong resource against the Oni, but I believe we might just be going down. We are not. Ranger with a lovely little crouch managed to get back into Shack from that, and now Nortor has a difficult task upon him. He needs to get this down, not able to hit that flick, not enough time to be able to make it the full way around to catch up to Ranger, and because of this, you know, we see Ranger winning that 50 as well. Nortor going the whole way around, but catching him out before he makes his pallet 7. That is the down. We do hear the eruption proc on those generators on the top side. This will be the pick as well. Finally, our first hook of the trial, a Pain Wraith coming in. If he's able to make it to 1 jumps, look at those Pain Wraiths. They're so far away.
Yeah, I would agree. The reality of it is, you know, that's kind of an awkward first chase, because you don't really have a lot. You saw, like, I think it was more. He was, you know, back and forth. And that's sort of what we've seen at the start of this game. And also, you know, I would have honestly just taken the first commit onto Ranger when he was at Shack. I know, like, I get the play style and everything, but yeah, I mean, this is just kind of puts you in an awkward position now where, you know, you don't have power anymore. You gave, you know, the bro the ability to sort of last, you know what I mean, in chase during that sequence. And to be honest with you, Chief, it's kind of just negated his, like, really, really early tag he got, even though he can just collect blood and follow Ranger. But we will lose 3 gens for this. That's not a secret.
Yeah, exactly, Jams. I do feel like the situation, I think, oh, actually, we're just going to leave Ranger entirely, try to disrupt these gens. We do know that someone was on this Gen 3. We've just had to send it all the way to 2. The 1 gen does pop, and we do get the stun on the side of Philly Fry, potentially getting the blind as well. This will give him some time to be able to make main, potentially even to the 1 side of the map, but we have greeted for main. I believe this could just be an early down. We've hopped the locker to force it. Norton's going to swing out of a little bit of frustration. I'm not sure we're going to make this. I feel like we should have just hopped the locker, forced the power to end, but surely we pick this regardless. We're not going a slug. I would assume after this door break we do pick up Philly. We do indeed. 2 generators pop. A third is very high progress. I wouldn't be too surprised if someone is immediately on that for it to pop. Hello, Gibbsy. I guess we're not. We're just showing face for the killer. And finally, we do get that pain res I was talking about, and my word, is it on a good hit hook for Nortor. But going back to a little bit earlier, Jumps, I agree. I think generally taking your tag early and then getting power and leaving for your gens to set eruption and get another down is a really heads up play and a really active play. But I don't think Nortor anticipated Renger to be able to last so long on Shaq without the pallet. He won basically everything at Shaq until he broke away to this pallet here at 6, right? So I think that's what really came to bite Nortor back in the butt, is that he wasn't able to get the down as quickly as he would have liked to, and obviously that did cost him 2 gens, with a third being so high progress, and now he's in that awkward spot again. There isn't a lot of blood left on the map, right? He doesn't have power just yet. The next tag will secure him that power, though. So we're in that sort of stalemate again, only for 2 hooks. We need to get another tag. We're playing full M1 on CT1. This is a really difficult task to begin with, right? We have a few resources still around the map to work around, as well as we do see, I believe this is Gibbsy playing this 4 lane on top of the most active gen, which is mighty unfortunate. Gibbsy also winning this 50, but running right into the embrace of the killer. That will be power in hand. We get to apply eruption on the gen that is 99, and we don't need to really play for that chase anymore. We can go find someone else. We have to accept that that gen at 2 probably will pop no matter what we do. There is too much progress there, and instead we've caught out Philly in the mid map. Now this is a survivor with a stage. If we manage to get him down relatively early, we could slug, and we're not going to. Oh my word, you have been robbed, Nortor. But I mean, Philly's trying to get a bit jiggy. It is not enough. That will be the down nonetheless. There was no pallet here to begin with, right? That's the eruption proc on 2. We see the scratch marks leading away, and now Nortor's in a really odd spot. He's going to play for this down, having enough power in his hands, in his mind, to be able to get it. But the question is he going to be able to locate that survivor? Gibbsy has opted to play really slow, choosing to re-stealth instead of playing for the chase, but instead, never mind, finds him and does get that pallet stun. Gibbsy is going to have to play his chase out for a little bit. Power not much left in the bank for Nortor, so lasting only another 10-ish seconds will be more than enough. So Nortor, instead of committing to that chase, will opt to go back for his slug, which has been left on the ground, I want to add. Philly will be picked. That will be his second hook of the trial, but in the background, we do see Supersaurus on a new gen. I'm not too sure if that is 2. If it is, my god, that lost a lot of progress, but that gen does have a fair bit of progress. This won't be a pain res, so that gen, with no power in hand, will most likely be popping. There isn't really much we can do to prevent it if we play early leave for these survivors. And here it is. There's that gen all the way at 8. We've already left it. We get the eruption on it, but it will be popping eventually, Jarms.
I do agree. To be honest, it's kind of an awkward spot, isn't it? Like,
It really is.
just for everybody. You've got a guy hooked on the gen, essentially, right? You've popped one, which is in this sense irrelevant, right, for the end game. Another bloke on main, again, needs to be done to get to where we need to be, right? But still not important here, right? What's important is figuring out how we can get, excuse me, sorry, Philly Fry out of the hood. As I said, he's hooked on the most progressed gen in what seems to be a pretty beautiful region that we are trying to eye off if we are the big man. Is this Nortor? Yeah, it is Nortor.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna force the seconds here. Really good decision. The issue is, bro, Supersaurus has sneakily been pushing this gen. He's been playing well all day. Definitely the key player, best player by far on Diamond Frogs, 100%. Honestly, it's doable if you're
It is
North
really
right now.
doable. It's doable for either side, Jumps. I want to point out, obviously, the split is really close. It is Shaq and that 8 gen, but you have a lot of distance to take if you have really good communication, and you have things to send around. You have that gen in Shaq, which obviously you have the window there to be able to make as much distance as possible. We do also find Supersaurus here on this tile 9, right? Super needs to be able to not give away a tag. Renger is going to wrap that gen at 8, and Gibbsy is still sitting Shaq. One of these gens will pop unless we get power, but that tag tag just isn't enough to get it yet. This was going to be my point about Philly on hook, was letting him die was the correct play because it meant that you denied Nortor power in the 3v1. If he got power, it would have been really problematic. But now with power in hand, he will go back to these gens. One of these is going to pop. No matter what he does, someone needs to last and chase. You cannot protect both. One will be popping, and that will be only the 4K0. But there's still more to play for, right? This is only the first step. We need to get outs if we are the survivors. Getting 4K0 from the spot would be unfortunate. There goes the gen. We have Gibbsy the fresh hook just getting downed immediately as soon as that gen pops. In a really weird spot now as well, because Nortor has a lot of power, and as you can see, he's going to play proactive. This, I think, is the correct play. He can play for a lot more if he finds another survivor in any position on this map. It could be another down very, very quickly, and if it does, this is where things start to lean towards that 4K. But Ranga doing his best, Urban Evasion, able to stealth out Nortor as much as possible, and because of that, we are gonna go and pick the gates. I don't know if you've noticed, jumps are pretty close, but Oni only has the ability to walk you down. No, there is no power in hand, so one of these gates will inevitably open. Supersource is still leaking blood, which is very unfortunate for him, because it means the power is eventually going to be gotten if we stall out. But I don't think we will get the quick unhook onto Gibbsy. They're going to be sending that gate at 6, surely. They can let Super die. I'm not too mad about that result. I don't think you would be either, Jumps. 8 stages, 4 fresh on ping feels very, very doable.
I do agree, Lil Chief. Yeah, they've done really well. Big DD here. They, I believe they're up 1-0 right now, if I'm not mistaken, Lil Chief. They came out on top of the unknown, so yeah, they did. So, essentially, pretty good result to set yourself for, you know, having to win. Obviously, there is no Quinair on the day, so that does play a big part in this. So I would say, in that regard, Diamond Dogs definitely got away with one, but no, they've played well regardless. Yeah, I mean, this could just be 4 stages, realistically. You're talking about getting 7, bro. This is just gonna be 4.
Yeah, I want to point out Supersaurus in the background, as we were explaining that, has managed to completely stealth out Nortor, and he is slowly wrapping towards this gate. As soon as this power ends, we can see Gibbsy and Ranger, well, they're taking the exit out of the gate. We're giving Super Hatch, he's gonna make it perfect stuff. That is the 5-stage day, which is definitely a big blow, and definitely could have changed some of the results we did see tonight. But that is obviously a reality we did not get to see. So, 4 stages to play for if you are the survivors, 6 to play for if you are the Gibbsy, and I'm sure the Gibbsy can get it done. Jams, very standard build. Bam, instead of Brutal, only change from the last game. Feels like the better pick at this point on CT1. The resources are very easy to play around M1, other than the tiles and your shack and main, which do have the God windows. So bringing the BAM to counteract those makes these chases a little bit shorter. In my word, we're already right into it on a resource. We get this short swing through. Nice indeed. That's immediately a tag, and we will be keeping Nortor at Shack. Might even just get the down after this pallet. He chooses to greet it. We'll play around Shack once again. I'm not too sure if he's going to make this because of the ping. He's actually gone backside, read the vault perfectly. That gives him all the distance he needs to make that pallet. That is mighty unfortunate. I don't think Gibbsy has accounted for the amount of ping in this matchup, but once again, he is dead. He will be dead here, but Jams, this down is pretty early. The concern will be, oh my god, he's made that! That is actually incredible. I guess the ping is not as much as we thought it was gonna be. Nortor has done just enough around check. That's incredible. But I guess the little bonus of him not getting that down right away is there going to be a bit more blood on the map. Getting cheeky there with that swing through the pallet, not paying off yet again. But we do now have power, and look at those gens top jumps. We are going to play the same game Nortor just did. We're going to go leave for these gens, immediately spotting somebody out, popping power on their heads right away. Not even applying eruptions. We have this pallet gem to worry about. We're going to get the break. We're not going to get the down. We're choosing to take the blind instead of the distance. Now, do I think this is going to pay off? Well, when you have such a maze tile like this around, potentially, but you know what? He did not. Two teacher is on the ground. We're going to take that pick. It's a pick and a potentially a painter is right in the middle of our 4gen, and look at that hook top mid jumps. It is beautiful, exactly what Gibbsy needed. So, all in all, I think a much better start from Gibbsy than we did see from Nortor, despite the early tags in both games. I mean, from this spot, you'd really hope, right? He's just able to get his power back as soon as possible and hold these gens and hold that hook, because them getting that on hook for free and a reset if he's able to re-stealth off of this pull. Exactly what I was expecting to see coming. Could be a bit problematic, right? We can't be letting him get away. We need to keep those hooks top, but the reset is coming in, and instead we are opting to chase Nortor. Actually, you know what? The result is only 6. We're not playing for the best stage as possible. We just need the win condition. So Nortor will be forcing basement. This will be the second hook of the trial coming in at 5 generators. We're halfway to our win con if we are the survivors. We cannot allow more than 3 hooks if we do want to take this game as a win outright. So, problematic, right? We have power back in hand immediately. That chase from Nortor did not last long enough that the blood on the map was insufficient to get it back. We still have the 4-gen top. We have just honestly a decent bit of pressure. This gen, wherever it is, I believe it was the one at 11, was about to proc, but we do see our survivors, it was 1, and we've greeted for it, so we know immediately where white is. Gibbsy in the power will get the down. That's 3 out of 6 needed for the game. 1 gen popping. We're just going to take the hook yet again. There's still enough blood on the map to continue having power up at all times. Nortor is out of basement. Bit more blood on the ground because of that coming up. We're not getting the reset right away. You can't reset in basement, to be fair. Will get you stuck. So, at this point, I do think the game is all but over. Gibbsy just needs to maintain his power. He does have a bit more blood on the map. The gens, even though that 4-gen is broken, he still has a nice 3-gen here, jumps, and doesn't even need to play for it. All he needs is 3 more stages.
Right. I think he will definitely be able to achieve that. Does have power with pop instantly onto, I believe this is the Quinton 2 teacher. It is. Yeah, I mean, 6 stages is all he really needs to make this happen. Goes for a big wind-up, doesn't make it. The conversion way. Yeah, looking pretty doable. Kratos, Cat Jam. After this, those sets will be just so we are all aware. We've got. Ooh, hold on. We've got. Okay, we got Howlmaster, Dark Lord, Singularity, Cole, Chow 1, Richard Shop, Groaning, Storehouse 2, all respectively. It's beautiful. Should be a good set. You're gonna see Big Head Hunter return, first monk return. Happy for them. Unfortunately, I'll be asleep by that time.
I will be too. Actually, I think I will be up for a little bit longer once this game ends. I have just been informed that there is a burrito at my door, Jam, so if you don't mind taking us away as we chase Naroz here around main, you get the unhook as well. That's another tag. Power will be inevitable, Jams. Game is about over once we get another couple downs. We have the power in hand to be able to do that. Take it away. I'm going to go grab my burrito.
Good, no dramas. Yeah, Gibbsy. Pretty dominant. I mean, it's Gibbsy and Marat. Like, we all knew he could do something pretty good. Either way. Yeah, hook front main. I don't know if this is plane res. It should be plane res, even if it's not. It won't matter too much. Do you have gnarly James top still? What's that, like 11, 9, mid, main? We do have a bloke working 11 who's been bleeding. We're 99 off the power as well. We should get another orb. He just follows. Yeah, it is so beautiful. Either way, yeah, we got a bloke cook in the middle of the gens now, so either way, like, it's just kind of chopped. No matter even if you were fighting for the result or not. 3 gens left. Infinite power, yeah, I don't really see a way you can probably out this one from this point on, especially with that hook right there. Well played to Gibbsy and Supersaurus. They performed today. More than most, to be honest. I think they were the standout players in the day. I think everyone else, both teams played a bit average, to be honest. We do see 2 teacher going down. Pretty abrupt death to him. Yeah, I mean, it should be, you know, can we get an understanding, yeah, where everyone is? Yeah, I mean, is that 2 alerts? Go through for me one more time, please. I'm gonna be pissed if it's 2 alerts.
Yeah, it is.
Lucky. It is?
I think it was. No, am I chopped? Was there 2 alerts? I think we're a bit more focused on this in the game. 2 teacher is dead. We have everyone injured. It's looking like a 4K2, 4K3. I'm not too sure about the gen progress. I am back from receiving my burrito. I'm really looking forward to eating that. I can't lie. So, I mean, the game is over. Lovely stuff. Congratulations to Diamond Logs from getting the win. We've done it. They've done it. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad We're finally calling it a day. But yes, indeed, I have received confirmation it's 2 alerts. That would have been a penalty. The win con was actually just 5 stages for Gibbsy. He is obviously overachieved that now. So,
There's no
yeah.
point for a restart early. So in an instance like this, right, always restart once you catch him, right?
Bit
One,
late.
the game, yeah, one, it's a bit late. Two, I don't think it doesn't matter in this instance. I don't think Gibbsy would give two shits about the 2 alerts, so I definitely don't think he'll want to run it back. Could, out of spite, make him run it back. Nah. Well played to the Ghibli. You know, he's done well. Like I said, I was just saying before, him and Super, 2 key players on the day. I can't really think of a really, no, obviously not to disrespect anyone. Obviously, Nortal had a bit of an up and down day. No one really played too amazingly on the side of Kaido. It was more, you know, just the Gibbsy and Super Sora show more than anything. Well played to them, you know. Double D's, double D's, double D's.
Yep, the double Ds indeed are Diamond Dogs. Congratulations once again. You've taken the match after what was definitely an interesting start. I want to take us back to that race game for just a second. I hope we all remember the 4K ones because they honestly may go down in the history books of OSL as some of the most unexpected matches we've ever had. Gibbsy hitting a nice little 180 to end the game, securing his 4K3, the set for Diamond Dogs, the game for Diamond Dogs in a lovely little way. I mean, Joms, I don't know about you, as we do see this final hook coming in, I don't have much else to add. I'm really thinking about this burrito. There's not much else on my mind. Gibbsy taking his well-deserved Mori. Got anything else to say?
Honestly, genuinely not. Beautiful Mori to finish up out there. We will go to one last submission. We have our last game for tonight, KaitOkids.